Welcome one and welcome all to another edition of the Daily Racing Form Queen's Plate Watch. My name is Jeff Bratt. Here's a bit of a scary thing for you. We're just 2 weeks away from the Queen's Plate. It's kind of exciting, isn't it? It's Canada's crowning jewel right around the corner. Edition number 159 will take place on June the 30th. Let's take a look at the top 10 list assembled by the Daily Racing Form's Ron Gierkink and Alex Campbell. So we have some fillies on the board and we have some boys as well, and a little bit of movement since some big races from last week. With more on that, here is Ron Gierkink.
Yeah, Telekinesis came through at 2-5 in the 9 furlong plate trial. We've had him number one all along. He did get away with a pretty soft fractions in the race. He got the lead to himself early, but then Rose's Vision joined him up front, pressing him all the way through a half in 49 and 3, and then 3/4 in 113 and 1. At the top of the stretch, Rose's Vision drew up beside him and looked like he was going to maybe give him a run for his money, but the Telekinesis edged away in the last eighth of a mile and won maybe easier than it looked, judging by what Patrick Husband said after the race. And he galloped out pretty good too. So ahead by a century, he always breaks bad. He did again today in that race, and he finished sort of a belated third. And Boyhood Dream was a distant fourth.
Surrond spoke of ahead by a century and the difficulty he had coming out of the starting gate. Let's watch him from post position number 5 in here. You know, he's not really paying that much attention. He's leaning against the starting gates, and when the gate springs open, he just stumbles a little bit. He's just not great at getting out of the gate, but the one real plus to him is I think he'll run all day long. So for example, when we get to the Queen's Plate coming up at 1.25 miles, you would think that extra distance would be beneficial. Do I think he could win the race? I don't think he can, but I think maybe he could finish, say, in the 4th or 5th place position. Horses coming out of the starting gates. It was a difficulty in the plate trial. It was a difficult thing for some as well in the Woodbine Oaks presented by Budweiser. With more on that, let's catch up with Ron one more time.
Yeah, Wondergadot was a heavy favorite in the Oaks, but she hopped in the air at the start, and then shortly after the break, she was shuffled back to last. And meanwhile, Dixie Moon was up, stalking a really slow pace set by Fairy Hill. They went 25, 50, 114, and Dixie Moon had a great trip, really. She took control at the top of the stretch. Wondergadot put in a wide run on the far turn while being hard ridden, and maybe looked like she was going to take dead aim at her and run her down, but Dixie Moon really dug in on her left lead.
Still unable to pick up the ground. Now comes Dixie Moon, Wondergadot, neck and neck down to the wire. Dixie Moon on the inside, and a photo from Wondergadot. Back in third, Hot Cash and Fairy Hill.
Wondergadot is named after the actress that plays Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman, she can fly in the movies, but you're not supposed to fly in horse racing. And unfortunately for Wondergadot, coming out of the starting gate, she tried to fly. She leaps in the air, and in a small field of 5, that's not necessarily a good thing. So watch the horse from post position number 3. So here we go. Gates spring open, we jump, and right now Patrick's saying, okay, I'm up against it because now I am in a bit of hot water. Then things squeeze and get a little bit tight, and Wondergadot wasn't last. Put a nice rally, but fell short and against a Dixie Moon. And the one scary thing, if you're a fan of Wondergadot, is the fact that she is still winless so far this season, despite the fact that she has 2nd place finishes now in the Kentucky Oaks and the Woodbine Oaks presented by Budweiser. Mark this date on your calendar, June the 30th. It's going to be a heck of a day for us here at Woodbine Entertainment as we bring you not only the Queen's Plate, but several great undercard races as well. It's going to be a great 48 hours plus of action. It really starts on Friday night with a concert, and then we have more action on Saturday, and then another concert, and then of course a program on Sunday as well. Be sure to join us next week for another edition of the Daily Racing Form Queen's Plate Watch.